Hello there guys, Rob here from Robert Leat I. I'm a personal trainer and online coach. Now today's video I want to talk to you a little bit about my top 9 tips for gym newbies. So if you're someone who is new to the gym, I want to share with you some very good tips that are going to help to make the experience more enjoyable and a lot less daunting, because I know it can be very intimidating and a little bit of a scary experience the first time you step into a gym. I've been there myself. The first time that I went into a gym, I felt very intimidated, a little bit out of place and a little bit scared by all of these big muscly people. So here is my top tips for you. Tip number 1 would be to get a gym induction. In a gym induction, typically a member of staff will show you how to use the gym kit, where everything is in the gym, and it will kind of help to make you feel a little bit more at ease. In terms of how I do my gym inductions, typically what I do is I show people around the gym, I show them where everything is, I ask them some questions a little bit about what they're looking to do, and I try and tailor the induction to that person to help them to get the most out of that gym induction. My second tip would be to go to the gym with a friend. Going on your own can be a little bit scary, whereas at least if you go with a friend, it makes it a little bit less scary and you can kind of help to motivate each other, and there's kind of that feeling of you're in it together, so go with a friend. My third tip would be to get yourself a workout plan. There is thousands of workout plans available online for free, or you could speak to someone like myself and get one written for you. But working out without a plan to follow will ultimately lead to failure, so I will always recommend that you get yourself a workout plan. If you're on a tight budget, again, get a free one online, but if you can afford to invest a little bit, I'd recommend paying for one and getting one written specifically for your personal requirements. Again, like I say, working out without a plan and knowing what you're going to do and when, how much weight you're going to lift, what exercise you're going to do, is ultimately going to lead to failure, so it's very important that you get yourself a plan. Tip number 4 would be to know exactly why you are going to the gym. Have a clear goal to work towards. Know what you want to achieve and why. If it's weight loss, how much weight do you want to lose? Why do you want to lose weight? And when do you want to lose it by? I'd recommend using the SMART process as well for setting your goals, which is where a goal is specific, it's measurable, it's achievable, it's realistic, and it has a time frame to it. Moving on to my next tip number 5, which is to go to classes. So classes, most gyms will offer some kind of free classes, or they may offer them for a small fee. Classes are typically a very good way for beginners to get started, because you have the advantage of it being led by an instructor, which kind of helps from the motivation perspective, and it also allows you kind of to learn some of the basics of exercise. And some people, prefer to work out in that kind of group setting rather than doing things on their own. And so yeah, I would highly recommend going to classes if you're new to the gym, as it can be a good way to kind of learn some of the basics. The only kind of downside you have with classes is obviously you don't get that one-to-one coaching, and if you've not really done much in the way of weight training before and you've not done much in the way of fitness, you might struggle with some of the exercises and you might not necessarily be doing it with the correct technique. So it's always worth speaking to the person taking the class and seeing if you can maybe do some one-to-one sessions with them to work on improving your technique. Tip number 6 is to remember a padlock for the lockers. So particularly in a lot of the commercial gyms, the 24-hour ones like Pure Gym, the Gym Group, Exercise for Less, for example. Many of these commercial gyms have a padlock based system for the lockers. So on your first day, remember to bring one with you. If you don't have one at home, you could go to the vending machines at the gym and buy one, or you could go somewhere like Poundland, Wilco, and buy a padlock. But just remember to bring a padlock so that you can put your bag into one of the lockers. Again, it's quite important that you do put your bag in one of the lockers. It keeps your valuables safe, and it also prevents bags from being trip hazards on the gym floor. So remember a locker so that you can safely store your belongings in the lockers in the changing rooms. Tip number 7 would be to take headphones. Listening to music can kind of help you to block out what's going on around you. Again, it can be a bit of a daunting and a bit of an intimidating environment. So listening to music, putting on headphones can help you to block out what's happening around you, which can be good for kind of staying calm if you're a little bit anxious and a little bit nervous. The other benefit to listening to music is that it can help with motivation, particularly if you're doing cardio and cardio is a little bit boring, or just lifting weights. You know, if you're listening to quite upbeat music and you're about to do a heavy squat, for example, or a heavy deadlift of some, or just a heavy lift of some kind, it can kind of help with, you know, helping you to feel motivated and, you know, getting you pumped up for doing that lift. On to the second to last tip, which is tip number 8. Not everybody in the gym is looking at you. I know, I've been there myself. You feel like everybody's looking at you. You feel like you are, you know, a bit nervous. You feel like everyone's judging you for being new and looking at you. But the chances are, the majority of people are too focused on their own workout to give a shit about what you're doing with your workout and what you're doing. So unless you do something to draw attention to yourself, like, you know, if you drop a weight really loudly or you make a big grunt or something like that, then the chances are nobody's really going to be looking at you. The only people that probably are looking at you is people like myself, the trainers. When I'm in the gym, I'm quite observant about what's going on around me, what people are doing. And if I can spot the signs of someone that is clearly a newbie, then I can go and help them. My final tip, tip number 9, is to get a coach if you can afford to. Okay, I highly recommend working with a coach, as a coach will help you to implement a workout plan and will help to hold you accountable to your goals. That is probably what I'd say the 2 main benefits of having a coach: implementation and accountability. Now, like I say, you could quite easily go online and find a plan, but if you're brand new to the gym, you've never used a gym before, the chances are you won't necessarily know how to perform the exercises correctly. You won't necessarily know how to implement those exercises, what the reps mean, what the sets mean, etc. Is this the best workout that I should be following for my body type and my body shape and for my current level of ability? You know, there's all sorts of different factors to consider, which an experienced coach like myself can help to come up with solutions and suggestions for how to do it. And again, accountability. A coach will hold you accountable. If you have a coach on your case, checking in to make sure that you've done workouts. Have you been to the gym? How many times have you worked out this week? Have you been doing your steps? What's your diet been like this week? Again, the chances of success are far greater than if you try and do it on your own. So I do highly recommend that you look at getting a coach, you know, whether that be someone like myself or someone else that you feel is better suited. If you would like my help, I do offer online coaching, and currently I do also offer personal training in Bristol at Pure Gym Abbey Wood. So just to go back over those points again, my top 9 tips for gym newbies would be: number 1, to get yourself a gym induction; number 2, to go to the gym with a friend; number 3, to get yourself a workout plan; number 4, know exactly why you are going to the gym; number 5, go to classes; number 6, remember a padlock for the lockers; number 7, to wear headphones; number 8, not everybody in the gym is looking at you; and finally number 9, if you can afford to, get a coach. So I hope you found those tips helpful. If you have any questions about what I've just mentioned, do feel free to leave a comment down below. If you are also interested in potentially working with me as your coach, I will also leave links to where you can find all the information about that in the description down below. Don't forget to give the video a like, leave a comment and subscribe if you want to see future videos. I'll be back soon.